If you want all the information about the supply or die event, mining, salvaging, trading or the one or other explosion, then you're in the right place. Because in this guide, we take a detailed look at the supply or die event, which will be playable until the end of March and offers some nice rewards. So hurry up until 4.1 drops. And of course, we take a look at all the possibilities you have for this event in detail, show you what is worth and what is not, and how you can earn some extra Alpha UAC. This event will only be playable once and probably not return, so your ultimate chance to secure the unique rewards. Here are 3 reward levels, where we have summarized a clear table with which activity you generate how many points and what to do. Because for the 3 reward levels you need 800, 1800 or 2800 points. Whereby we get a nice seating opportunity with 800 points, a shotgun with 1800 points and 3 ship paints for 2800 points. But of course, the original overview did not come from us, but from Mr. Kraken, who has created the Supply or Die event overview. You can find the link to the community hub in the video description and definitely give a thumbs up here. But of course, there is also a German version from us for download. Here we have created a German overview for you based on the original, and thanks to Tequila, who has made some effort here, presented the whole thing optically accordingly. A nice German edition. You can find the download of the German version directly on our Discord, and you can also find the links in the video description. Basically, you can do the Supply or Die event in Stanton or Pyro, and you have different options here. The easiest is the legal trade with corundum and copper. Here we need only 13 of corundum and copper for a small mission for 200 points reward. And whether we buy this on one of the overfilled trade terminals or create it ourselves with a mining ship and a refinery remains to be seen. Your personal choice. But of course there is also a new special trade good for Pyro, namely Datatrain. Here we have on different planets on Pyro, so Pyro 1, Monox, Loom, Pyro 4, Ferox or Terminus, each the posts where we can buy this material. All through we have first to fight through some enemy hordes and to get to the trade terminal there. But this variant, which takes place exclusively in Pyro, is associated with some risks, whereby the return and the sales reward can be very high. Because basically, we make the most profit and the most Alpha UEC via the Datatrain variant. But we also have the highest risk. We have to adjust to fight against NPCs and one or the other player, so our own danger is high. At this point, note, it is that all rewards are the same, so no matter which way you and which option you play your points. For reaching the event points, so to play the rewards freely with 800, 1800 or 2800 points, the smallest variant are definitely worth it, no matter which activity you do, where you get an advantage of average 200 points. Because as an example, here with Datatrain, we need for a small mission for 200 points only 62 SCU. If we want to complete a medium mission, which only gives us 300 points, we already need 550 SCU on material. So a multiple of material and risk, whereby the points played do not increase significantly. Therefore, our urgent recommendation is to only do small missions to fulfill the point rewards, no matter if you trade Datatrain, mining, trading or salvaging. But only for the point rewards. The delivery stations are also in Pyro and always the same. Here we have the Ruin Station, the Checkmate or the Obituary Station. But don't worry, you don't have to remember them. Just download the free PDF in English from Mr. Kraken, either English or from us with the German version via our Discord, respectively the linked entries below. Here you have all the locations and what you need where. A complete overview. Basically, we have to get the material for all missions and then load it into our freight elevator. And there were some changes made specifically for this event mission, which we taken a lesson from the last event. So CIG has enabled us that the point rewards are not distributed by different players, but each player received the full point rewards. That means, if we give a mission for 200 points, all players in the group receive it, no matter how big the group is, the complete reward every player gets. Of course, this means playing the whole thing in as large groups as possible. Whereas here, for fairness sake, the player who gives up the whole thing also receives the corresponding reward, so the sales rewards. The mission reward, for example, 700k UEC, is distributed as always to all members of the group. As mentioned, the event points, which you find in the journal, are not distributed at each player and all receive the full number. And at each level of an unlock of the event reward, you get a green notification directly in-game about the unlocked item piece. And these also appear directly in your hangar in-game, without a delay. Therefore, we recommend that you take the 3 event rewards with you in any case. According to CIG, this will probably be the only way this supply or die event will be playable in-game or offer these rewards. And don't worry, even for players who don't want to travel to Pyro, there is the possibility to do the whole thing in the group. So feel free to stop by at the Royal Retirement Launch, our in-game org. There are always players who are happy to participate in such missions, especially since it is also financially worthwhile. And the current overview of how many points you have unlocked for which level, you can simply look up in your Mobiglass under the journal Pyro Resupply Completion Tracking. And here it is of course open to you to collect significantly more points, even if this is not really worth it in the moment. Apart from the event rewards, however, the event is also very interesting financially, because for example for a medium version with 550 SCU, for example for the Datatrine, we already receive 5 million in mission rewards alone. Whereby here the sales revenue is much higher and we make another profit and make a total of just under 25 million Alpha UEC. But if we are traveling in a larger group, which we also recommend, it is of course a matter of honor to share the profit with the whole group. Nevertheless, there is currently no way to get a few millions faster and afford one or the other in-game ship. And no matter which cargo area or mission area you choose, in any case use an Atlas for larger cargo volumes. Here you save a lot of time, trust me. But of course, the Supply or Die event also offers peaceful options to complete the Supply or Die event and earn a lot of Alpha UEC. For example, we have the option of collecting tin and ice via mining, refining it and also giving it away. You can find pressured ice, for example, in the Aron Halo Belt in Stanton and tin on different planets in Pyro. Here we also need significantly less material to complete a mission. For example, only 6 SU tin and 6 SU ice are already sufficient for 188 mission points, which we also earn almost 800,000 Alpha UEC. But we have to refine this material in advance and load it accordingly and bring it to a disposal station. The general risk here is significantly lower, but above all, you should stay in the Stanton area. For the Pyro area, at the disposal points there are the main stations. It is recommended to be very careful in any case, as there are always players here who like to just cause chaos. But more on that at the end. Basically, the mining option offers one of the most relaxed and also very lucrative ways to not only get the rewards of the Supply or Die event. And of course, this also applies to the salvaging option, whereby we are also free here, whether we follow this profession in Pyro or in Stanton. In addition, it is of course also possible to combine salvaging missions with it, so to fly shipwrecks accordingly, which you receive via a mission, and to use and hand over the materials here for the Supply or Die event. It is also up to you here whether you are in a slightly more dangerous Pyro or then prefer the somewhat safer Stanton to collect your salvaging materials in peace. For the salvaging area, we get for a small mission about 200 points, as well a payment of just under 400,000 Alpha UEC, just for under 7 SCU of RMC and 40 SCU of SM. So a really nice deal. But also for the legal professions such as mining or salvaging or the trading option, it is advisable to include fellow players in your group when handing over, because this also counts as a success and you can accordingly earn the points in the whole group. And here's another important note. To collect the different materials, so salvaging, mining or trading material, you do not need the corresponding mission for the Supply or Die event. That means you can collect materials on stock, later accept the mission at a suitable point and then hand it over directly. So you can do all the work and later get the effort in a group. Therefore, we invite you to visit us and join us in the various mission events to find your mission reward and new friends, of course. But of course, there are also some dangers or shades of this quite successful event, as at every event in Star Citizen. Because, especially in the Pyro area, we always have the danger of being attacked by other players or of being caught in a PvP battle. So always be aware that the danger flies with you, especially when you are in the Pyro area and here at the various stations. But another and much more annoying problem are the various griefers and funbirds that make the missions to hell for others. Because, unfortunately, it happens regularly that griefers and other funbirds only wait in the area of the drop stations, that a ship is always on the approach to fly in here and destroy everything that a group has been working on for hours, without any consequences. And this is no PvP or pirating or something else, it's just griefing. And this without being able to draw any benefit from it, such as with a decent pirate. But what do you think of the Supply or Die event? A successful event or another griefer or PvP festival? Let us know in the comments of the video, in our daily Twitch live streams, or feel free to visit us in the Discord. Here you will not only find players for the Supply or Die event, but for some other missions and of course other activities in Star Citizen. And a special thanks go to the members of the Royal Retirement Lounge, especially to Tequila for creating the PDF, Captain Future, Jörg and all the others who have strongly supported and made the joint trips a real highlight. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Goodbye.